2016 could be the year to push your boundaries and take more risks. Those risks don't necessarily have to be huge and life-changing, but just little small choices that you make every day. So joining us now is author Ann Fish with some suggestions on how we can do that. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a risk, but I'm here.
You're here. You're making it happen.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people start thinking about this kind of thing at the beginning of the year. What have I always wanted to do? And, what can I do to change my life?
Exactly.
How do you suggest people approach that?
I think that if we just take a 1-degree shift, think of a pilot flying a plane from San Francisco to New York. If he reaches thunderstorms over St. Louis, he has to change his flight path by just 1 degree. So as we're working through as we're going through life, just think about a 1-degree shift, change your workout routine, or maybe add a walk to your workout routine every week, or change up a little bit maybe what meals you're cooking. Try something new. It's just a small shift, but it can change your life.
That's interesting because I think a lot of people sometimes are like, I need to quit my job and move to wherever.
Exactly.
Or I need to climb a mountain. And it doesn't have to be that.
No, and a funny story, I have a story about a mountain climber. He has climbed Mount Everest 3 times. He has snowboarded down each time. And I said, Stephen, what's the riskiest thing you've ever done? He said, having children.
Really?
So risk is different for everyone.
Yeah, and this is... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a major shift.
Yeah, this is something that you talk about. You have a book coming out.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about the book and how you address, these issues and some other things as well.
The book is called Riskformation. It is about the transformational power of taking risks.
Yeah.
And in the book, I share examples of what you can do to take smart risks, a risk formula that kind of, as you're looking at what you want to accomplish, what do you need to do? You need to learn the skills. You need to investigate, do the research. A lot of people don't do that part.
Yeah.
And know your abilities and know when to turn around. But the book also shows people how to take smart risks and what not to do, what the pitfalls can be when you're taking a risk.
That is so important because sometimes you just feel it, like you have this gut feeling, you just want to go for it.
That's right.
Why did you write this book? Because sometimes you do need to step back and take a look at all those things you mentioned.
That's right. I wrote it because when I was 22 years old, I bought a one-way ticket to Spain to learn Spanish.
Hey.
Everything in my life after that, people said, you have taken so many risks in your life. And what have you done? And I was fascinated by other risk takers who had climbed mountains and done these amazing things. And so I started researching and interviewed about 200 people, or well, more than 200 now, but several hundred people, and decided to write the book about taking risks. To inspire people to take changes, to make changes in their lives, and better themselves.
How do you hope people really utilize that book to reach that goal?
I hope that they will read it, that they will utilize it by doing the 1-degree shifts,
Yeah.
if they just make the small change in their own life, and then that can inspire other people. What I really envision for this is not just a book, but a movement of people, especially women, because there are so many women out there who think, oh, I can't take a risk. I just met one of the ladies here who's here to talk about makeup. She took a risk and left her job and started her own home-based business because she was going to be a stay-at-home mom. That's how I hope people take the risk, is they see other people doing it, and then they say, wow, she can do it, I can do it, let's go.
That's so awesome. And I know you have a special, but we have to wrap up, but
Yes.
tell your viewers about that with your book.
If you log on to my website today and put in your name and email address, we'll send you a bonus. That'll kind of get you going on your risk formation for 2016, so it'll be your best year yet, and until the book comes out. And once the book comes out, we'll notify you when it's out.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it, and we put a link where you can order Ann's book. It's on the morning show page of news4jax.com.